Hey, what is going on, everybody? Boilon here, and in today's video, we're going to be talking all about the Midnight Haunt event, which is week 4's of Spider-Man 2099. We're going to talk all about how you're going to get to the item, some of the other milestone goals as well, and I have a few scenarios laid out for everyone just to kind of help you get there, and hopefully it won't be too difficult for us to round out the month of October before we get to the Zombie Iron Man event, which is going to be later on next week. So, if you're ready to go, everyone, then you know what to do. Let's boil this down. And welcome back. And we're going to start here really quick from the blog post on Friday, just to point out a few things regarding the milestone and the reward. Since I'm recording this before it is actually shown in game, so it's a fairly simple milestone. Luckily it's not really many other milestones, funneling into this one here. So you get points through blitzing with symbiotes to Dark Hunters, and spending power cores. Now a lot of this does come from just raw blitz wins and spending power cores. Now, we'll take a look at the different scenarios in terms of how far you want to get in the milestone and how many power cores that you should or can spend to get to these. Now, I want to take a look at the chart more broadly, though, because where we need to get to, like most of us want to get to at least 68,200. Now that's the unstable molecule suit, and that's also the end of the currency. So from there, that's basically the goal for everyone. And after that, it's kind of all bonus stuff. So we will go a little bit further in the math, but it's not really great. Like if you look at what they're giving you, of course you get some like orange minis, you get some Hella shards. This STC, I'm assuming, is the silver phase bits or bits or whatever it is. I don't know why it's called STC. That's the only thing I see in here that's related to, that's a big number. So I'm assuming these are the costume credits or whatever that you need. And then after that, it's like you get some ISO fragments and armory orb fragments, some SBC parts, which is fine, but like there's nothing like over the top. And then you don't get teal until about over 108,000, and the 5 red is down here at 115,000. I don't know why the Hella is so far down on the milestone, because normally the red star drops are like on par with the item or before the item. So it's really shocking. And a 5 red star Hella at this point in the game, while it is good leading up to Zombie Iron Man, of course, it's still a bit of it's something that a lot of us will already have. So this is maybe only relevant to newer players, perhaps. And even then, that's pretty difficult to get up to, as we'll see. And the rest of it is whalestones. So 28, 29, and 30, largely whalestones. And so don't even really think about getting that, because it's not... You might be able to get it, but I haven't calculated that. So if you want to go balls to the wall, 600 plus cores daily, be my guess. But that's not me. And then, of course, there's going to be a leaderboard. And if you've taken a look, anyone who is getting T2 level 5 ions or blue 5 is only in the top 50. Don't even bother to try to compete with this, because you're not going to get there. I'm just going to go out on a limb that like nobody is going to get that that's watching this video. It's going to be, dedicated to those Tadano Japans. I don't know, maybe he watches my videos, but I really don't think he needs to when he's spending that much money. And then, of course, you could probably maybe get top 25%. And so you're going to get some level 4 ions, and that's fine. It's actually a decent amount, but it's not something that I would really push hard for, advocate spending lots of cores on for this, because you don't know where you're going to land. It's a blind leaderboard, so you're going to get where you're going to get. If you really want to do like 8 blitz rotations daily to try and get to one of these milestones, the 10% or 25%, be my guest, but that's not really me. I think for what I'm not even going for that 5 red Hella. Well, I don't even think I need it. And so, as far as where I'm going to be going on this rewards, I don't know, probably to the costume. And that's about it. So that's where we're going to start with the math. But I do want to do, actually, sorry, really quick before we get to that, I want to do the recap for the month of October, just so people know where we're at with the points. So this is, this is what it is. This is the easy stuff with the points from the items. But I want to go to the actual chart down below, and this is the total events. I've calculated everything out. I've kind of put all the splice genes into all the bright spots here, and we've come out to a total of 514k. And some change, because the Midnight Haunt has a really weird number here, 31199. I don't know if this is related to Halloween or anything like that, or spooky numbers, but yeah, it's a really weird currency number there. And so the surplus for the month is 14,299. That's important because there were a couple of pain points, I think, in the month. The Coordinated Assault final milestone especially, or maybe even the last two. But the final milestone was worth 2,500, so twice that's 5,000. I don't know how many points the second to last one is, but the combined that could be worth like 10,000 to you all if you're not able to get there with your alliance. So I just wanted to kind of let you guys know what kind of surplus there is in case you miss some currency along the way. Maybe you missed a daily login or a daily core thing for 2250 because I did. I missed one of them, so that's good to know that I have a surplus that I should still be able to get to the 50k or 500k, sorry. So let's talk about the Midnight Haunt milestone, which is a Blitz power cores, of course. I just said that. It's 6 days, not 7 days. However, when it comes to power core spending, we're going to be talking about this over 7 days, because if you hold your power coring before the event starts, and then you roll over onto the next day, you should get 7 days in. So as long as you don't touch your coring coming up to the event, then you should be able to get 7 days worth of power coring. So do keep that in mind. 250,000 is the total, but you're not going to get there. 31,199 for the Splice Jeans. The points that you need to get for the Molecule Suit is 68,200. And what's funny about this one is that it's only 27% through the entire milestone. Like, that just shows you like how much extra milestones there are, how many extra points there are comparatively. Normally the item is in like the 45 to 50% range of the total completion of the milestone. 27 is really early on, but that just shows how much more there is. Now, the Silver Phase Bit milestone, or I'm assuming that's the costume, is 80,500. And then if you really want the red 5 red Hela, that's 115,500. Now, I've done 3 different scenarios for if those are your goals, so we're going to go over those as well. You get 15 points for spending power cores. So if you do 200 cores daily, that's 3,000 points, sorry, and then 21,000 over 7 days. That's 7 days worth of 200 coring. So keep that in mind. I did not do the 600 for this because, frankly, I think that's really, really hardcore, and there's a very small minority of my audience that probably even considers doing that for an event basis. So I have not done that for this one. My apologies. I guess that means the video is a little bit shorter. 400 cores daily, though, is 6,000 points times 7 is 42,000. So these, because they're in the blue, these are kind of one of the numbers that are going to be really important when we look at the scenarios. And of course the blitzing numbers here. If you have Dark Hunters and Symbiotes, which I guess because they don't have gear tier or stars attached to them, as long as you have them unlocked, then that should help you for getting your points. So, and also Mordo is part of the Dark Hunters tag now, so there's 5 and 5, so that's 210 points that you would get for a full win for either of these. You can spam your 25 Blitz credits for extra points for this, and that'll help you get a little bit more further in this, but I haven't included that in my Blitz wins because I don't know who has what as far as, character unlocks, so I just want to make it fair. And so any of the rotations per day that you see is going to be less, when you're spamming these characters with your Blitz charges, so just keep that in mind. So, if your goal is the molecular suit or molecule suit and you're spending 200 cores daily, then you're going to be needing to do about 3.75 rotations per day. So that's not too bad. That's pretty average, I would say, for a lot of events. It would be less, of course, if you're blitzing with Dark Hunters and Symbiotes and spending your Blitz charges on that. You might be able to drop it down to like 3, possibly. So you're looking at like 3 to 4 rotations if you have those characters. If you're looking to just get the molecule suit and you spend 400 cores daily, of course, this can be whatever you want. You can spend on whatever you want, whether it's ISO 8 energy. I think Coordinated Assault might be over. Maybe it'll still be running. Or you can use it on campaign energy, I guess, to farm some more stuff. Then you're going to be looking at just over 2 Blitz rotations. That sounds pretty good, right? So that's not too bad. And if you're, if you're blitzing with the Symbiotes and the Dark Hunters, it could be a little bit less than that. So you're looking at about 2 rotations a day, which is actually pretty good. For an event, that's pretty good, and that's where I like blitzes to be. I don't really like blitz milestones to be over 4, too much over 4, because I think that's getting towards above average. Of course, this is just for the molecule suit. Now, if you want to get the costume, and you're spending 200 cores daily, then you're going from 3.75 up here to 4.7 or whatever. You can round up to 5 or whatever blitz rotations a day if you want to get the costume and you're only spending 200 cores. If you're doing that, if you want the costume and you're spending 400 cores, then that goes up to about just above 3 blitz rotations. So you can see that the molecule suit is worth just over 2 rotations. And then if you want the costume and you're doing 400 cores daily, then it goes up to just over 3. So you're adding an extra blitz rotation a day to get to that extra milestone. Now, if you want the 5 red Hela and you're only spending 200 cores daily, you're going to be blitzing nonstop, essentially, if that's all you're doing. Now, even with the blitz scores from the Symbiotes and the Dark Hunters, you're still probably looking at, I don't know, probably at least 6.5 to 7 rotations a day. So it is a lot if all you're doing is spending the 200 cores. If you're spending 400 cores daily, it's still a fair bit, and honestly more than I would be willing to blitz. And you're looking close to 6 blitz rotations a day. Because this is over a 6-day event and it's not blitzing for 7 days, that means that you are going to have to do a little bit more to get those points. Personally, I don't think it's worth it. I don't think a 5 red Hela is worth it. Most of us probably don't even need a 5 red Hela if you've been playing for a decent amount of time, and I don't personally recommend this. Now, you could obviously bring this down a little bit from just hardcore blitzing with the Symbiotes and Dark Hunters, but you're probably going to be at least 5 blitz rotations a day still, in my opinion, and I just don't think it's worth it overall. But hey, maybe it is for you. So let me know in the comments down below what your blitz rotationing is going to be. Are you going to go for the molecule suit? Are you going to go for the costume? Are you going to go for the Hela? Are you going to go even further? I can't fathom that, because when it comes to blitz events, I really don't like going above and beyond too much. So for me, it's probably going to be to the costume. I'll try to get 3 or 4 blitz rotations in a day and probably call it there, because I don't want to go much further. I have a 5 or 6 red Hela at this stage. I'm pretty sure I don't need that. So it is what it is. Overall, though, as far as the complexity of the event, as far as, you know, the final week event, I'm actually a little bit shocked that it's not harder than this, because previous week 4 events, like the Hulkbuster was week 4 prior as well, were a little bit more difficult. So this one's a little bit surprising to me, but hey, you know, you never know with Marvel Strike Force. Things are always on the move. So that's the end of this video, everyone. I hope this is helpful. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and of course, until next time, stay safe and healthy, and I'll see you all later. Boilon signing out.